Maybe it's worth doing for one person or not filling it out. A Republican Congresswoman, Michelle Bachmann, she believes the information required by our Constitution is the number of people per household. I've read the Constitution. I agree with her. That's the only part of the census that she's going to be filling out. Republican Congresswoman Michelle Bachmann is with us. Michelle, what kind of response have you gotten from people now that you're saying that you're not going to fill this out?
Well, I think everyone in the country has been happy about what I've said, other than the U.S. Census Bureau. So I think other than them, we're doing pretty well.
Okay.
But Glenn, can I just say, you were dead on at the beginning of the show when you said tomorrow's vote is the most important story in the United States. It is. It's not too late for people to call their member of Congress. They need to. It's the largest tax increase in American history, and it will give the government more power over Americans' lives than any other bill that will pass in our generation.
Michelle, I said on the air today, I know people are tired of calling Congress, but I told them to call Congress. Can you put the number down for the House? That they need to call Congress and very
tired yet. One more call. If there's one more call people make this one. Vote no on that national energy tax. It's a $2 trillion tax increase, but it will give government control over virtually every aspect of our life. They have to call. Okay.
I said today that you need to call and tell your congressperson, I have a very long memory, and if you vote yes for because some of them are saying, well, I'm not sure. What do you mean you're not sure? You don't have to read the details of this one. You're either for cap and trade or you're not. And if you vote yes,
you're either for freedom or you're not.
Exactly right. Okay, so let me talk about the census because there's a lot of people that are concerned with it because they don't want to fill it out. They're not comfortable with ACORN members coming to find out all this information. They don't want to give the government all this kind of information. It's up to a $5,000 fine. It's never, ever been enforced before. No one has ever received that fine. What are the odds that they are going to impose that?
Well, I don't know what the odds are, but I've made it very public what my position is. And I think there is a point when you say enough is enough to government intrusion. And you had mentioned this earlier, 28 pages. I have the survey right here, Glenn. This is the 28-page survey. This is the short form that every American will get next year. Does the federal government really need to know our phone numbers? Do they really need to know, like you said, the date and time that we leave, mental stability? You know the one question that's not on this survey, Glenn? Are you a U.S. citizen? This would be your perfect opportunity to find out how many illegal aliens are in the United States. Guess what? That's the one question they don't ask on this, your resident status.
Can they, because I've considered not filling it out when I get it, but I want to make sure that they don't use this as a loophole to say that I can no longer have a permit for my gun, et cetera, et cetera. Are there any other ramifications that you know of besides just the $100 to $5,000 fine?
Let me give you two ramifications, Glenn. The U.S. Census Department told my office that if you fail to fill out this form, you'll receive approximately 6 contacts for them, either through phone calls or they will knock on your door. Okay. If you still do not give them the information, they said they'll contact your neighbor to the left of you, to the right of you to get information.
All right.
Here's the other thing that will happen. From history, the United States government between 1942 and 1947 passed the Second War Powers Act. They used the U.S. Census information to round up the Japanese and put them in the internment camps. Okay. Americans were told that they wouldn't have their information used against them. They did.
Okay. Thank you very much, Congresswoman. We appreciate it. Make sure you call your congressman tonight or tomorrow. Imagine if you spent months getting permits for a tea party involving more than 20,000 people. A week before it's supposed to happen, the rug is pulled out from underneath you. Good reason to pull that rug, right? See for yourself next.
This program